Big data, machine learning, blockchain, artificial intelligence, digital manufacturing, big data analysis, quantum communication and इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स के R&D को बढ़ावा.
Hello everyone, welcome to Debugger's Loop. We are your host Shikhar.
Dilip.
In today's video, we'll be talking about certifications. What all certifications are important, required for our career growth, or is it like no certifications? Like now, certifications are not required. Previously, it was very important, but now without certifications, also you can be as good software engineer as with certifications. So, Dilip, you have more experience. So, what have you seen in your experience? Whether is it important to have certifications, or we can just be without it?
When I joined, the mid-level companies and the MNC companies, so it is quite different, like the way they ask you to do the certifications. For example, in big companies, they used to ask me like, do this certification, this certification. So even though it doesn't belong to my technology or even it will help me anything, still they would ask me to do the certification. So which I feel that it is not at all needed. Okay. And usually I feel like they'll ask us to do the certifications just to showcase to the client that I have this many certified people in my company. So you can use them. So apart from that, those certifications are never help me in any way. So that is one thing. And one more important thing, like I felt, is that even though if we do any certifications, still if I go for any other interview, they will not hire me just because I did a certification. Still, you need to crack the interview. So there is no point of doing the certification, is what I feel. So what do you feel like? You think? I think you have done many certifications before.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me how much it helped you. Okay.
So if I tell my experience, if you see my LinkedIn, right, I have many certifications. It's a long list. I used to go like every certification which the company was sponsoring. I used to attend every certification. I used to go through the courses, trainings, and then crack the certification. I also have same views. But I think companies want their people to do certification so that they have more certified employees, so that they can convince the client that we have these many certified employees working with us. That's why we are a better fit. But I don't think it would help employees or candidates in any way. If you remember, I have done one very long, like 1 year long FSD training and certification, right? It was like a full-time study training, right? It was very intensive. I used to attend sessions in the morning, then I had to submit assignments, had to give demos. But the problem is I got the certificate after 1 year, but it is not at all helpful because I only studied to clear the certificate, to clear the certification. But if you ask me the questions, I won't be able to answer anything about front end. I have worked in back end. I can only answer about back end, but as part of that full stack certification, right? I have worked in full stack. I have worked in front end, back end, DevOps, deployment, everything from end to end. I have worked. But if you ask me anything about those areas, I won't be able to answer. And I have done
for a certification, but it is of no value as of now. Correct?
It is of no value outside that company. Inside that company, maybe I can get better projects showcasing that, because in that organization, that certificate has some value, because many few people have actually able to get that. I'll tell you one more experience. Okay, when we join as fresher, we are assigned one field. In that, we will get training, and then we will get a project. Same for all the big MNCs. It is same process. So we have got in different tech domain, but there was a drive going on for Salesforce. You have to study these contents. There was a website, you have to study about it, and then you have to give Salesforce certification. It is free. So many people have done that. Okay, Salesforce, something Trailblazer, some certification was there, very basic. But the only thing is, every year you have to give the renewal. Because every year, because the validity of that certificate is just 1 year. Every year there will be a new version of Salesforce. You have to give that recertification exam. You have to clear it so that you can hold the validity of that certificate. Otherwise, your certificate is invalid, it is expired.
Oh,
So people who are not working in Salesforce,
so
they
yeah, that's
are
my question. Like, how many people are now working in Salesforce after doing
none
that?
of them is working, none of them is working, but they are still Salesforce certified. 2022 is going on, right? They have Salesforce 2022 certificate.
Yeah,
That is the irony. They have the certificate, but they are working in different technologies, maybe better than Salesforce. But still, they have that. Oh, if I don't do my hard work till now, it will be
obviously.
waste. So I will do it again. And mostly, right, there are a list of questions.
Correct.
You will get asked similar to those or even same.
Yeah,
Okay. Like previous year, you can check what all they have asking,
yeah, yeah,
and that dumps also is very famous term
yeah,
for certification dumps. You will get list of questions and 80% of the paper is out of all those questions. So people are just doing certifications to get the certificate and put it in resume. I don't think it is of any value
right.
unless and until you are working in the same domain
Yeah,
and you are doing certification in that domain so that you can showcase your expertise that I am working in this and I have certification in the same domain, then it is of any use. Otherwise, it's of no use. If you
yeah,
see my LinkedIn, right, I have certifications in big data, blockchain,
yeah,
okay, whatever you can think of artificial intelligence, I have that certification. Okay. For first 2 years, right, I have done so many certifications in my career.
yeah, yeah,
After that, I found out it's of no use. Let's not waste my time and IBM's money.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Even in the interviews, some people might ask, like, have you done any certifications or anything? So according to me, right, see, instead of adding all the certifications that you did, which is related to your technology or not, I would suggest that instead of doing that, do a live website. So, say, for example, if you are in front end, right, do a website, okay, on your own, try to host it and give that link in your resume. Okay, so that
Yeah.
people can see your work and they can ask you a number of questions on that work, whatever you did, right? So that would help. Just edit certification. I mean, even though you mentioned that or not, still they will come from the beginning itself and start asking you. But if you do something,
Yeah, generally, yeah,
then
generally certifications is the last section of the resume, right? They won't come to it unless and
yeah,
until you have answered before all the
yeah,
questions.
and
And I like that point of having live projects.
yeah,
Even like if it is not live,
actually, portfolio should
make
be there, like,
projects. Yeah, put your projects instead of putting certifications.
right,
That will
yeah.
increase your chances of getting hired.
I mean that's important. Like instead of doing certifications, no one will care. Like as Shikhar said, right? So 1 year you have to keep on renewing it, which will have an expiry. But the projects that you did on your own, right, that will not have any expiry. You can show it to any time to anyone, and also doing that kind of live projects, right? It will help you to gain your knowledge, and also you can showcase it. And also sometimes, right, that side projects only can turn into a business. So it has multiple advantages than doing certification, is what I feel.
Yeah, I want to add one more point. So instead of doing certifications, right, think of doing a degree. So there are many part-time degrees which you can enroll. There are many like distance learning courses which you can enroll. It should be from your field, okay? Like if you have done bachelor's in computer science, you can do master's in computer science or executive post graduation. If you see many of people who are at good level in companies, right?
Yeah.
They have done post graduation. Most of them, like they would be having some executive MBA. Some higher education should be there because it won't be helping you in India because only experience matters. If you are 12th pass out, but if you have 10 years of experience, and if you are PhD and you have 2 years of experience, more experience will be valued more. But
Yeah.
if you come outside India, right, or even if you plan to come outside India, higher
Yeah.
education values a lot.
Yes.
Even in all the visa, we will discuss about different visa process of different countries. They value your education
It's more.
as much as they value your experience.
Right.
If you have done masters, right, it is of a lot of value than doing any good certification.
Correct.
So if you are investing your time in learning, I would suggest that invest in a higher degree But first check that there are many invalid degrees also going on,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Just check that that degree is internationally
Yeah.
acclaimed. It is a valid degree, not just some any other college. Should be a good degree.
Degrees are it is very useful. I mean, if not in India, at least in abroad, it still has value. So in India, right, even though you are a BTech or you are an MTech, they will be considering you based on your experience, but not based on your degree. And even your salaries also, they will say that it is as per market, and that
Yeah.
market will be always same for BTech, MTech, anyone.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so it's no use like
Yeah, in India, experience matters.
yeah.
And skills matter in India,
Yeah.
but all over the world, apart from these things are very important.
Yeah.
But apart from this, education also matters. So they won't see your certifications. Maybe at a later point they will see if, let's say, two people are the candidates. Okay, if one person is having more experience, he's able to answer all the questions without any certificates. Another person is having less experience, not able to answer many of the questions, but he is having the certificate, he will be rejected.
Right.
He won't be selected just because he is having the certificate.
Correct.
Other person who has answered the questions,
Yeah.
that guy will be selected irrespective of the certificates. But if both the person are equally good, one is having certificate, other is not having certificate, then, which is a very rare scenario,
Yes.
then only that guy will be given preference. If the hiring manager or these people are very confused who to select out of these two, we have just one opening
Yeah.
and we have to select one person, both are equally good, then they will see certifications. Otherwise, they will never come to that point.
And also that certification also should be relevant to your technology, not
Yes. Yeah.
different technologies. Like see, you are working as a front-end developer and you are doing a Salesforce, SAP, and other things, which will not add any value to your job. Correct. Only if you go to that particular domains, it will be valued. But you are applying for
Yeah.
some post and you are having a certification of a different job role, it will not matters. So
Yeah, I think you have to see for yourself.
correct.
I think for some roles, certifications might be important.
Yes.
Maybe for manager, they have to do safe certification, right? Which is for agile. Or
Yeah.
if you are a software engineer or
DevOps.
testing engineer and you want to become an engineering manager, then you have to do some certifications to showcase that I am eligible to get a promotion within one company, right? I feel in one company, if you want to grow, then you can think of certifications because you're working in the same company, right? How you will be convincing your manager that I want this promotion. Then you can do the certifications just to, check that point that your manager won't be asking, why should I give you the
Yes.
promotion?
Right.
In that case, you can do it. But across companies, I don't think it is of any use.
Yeah. If you're staying in that company, yeah, definitely it will be.
Yeah, because we have seen people staying in one company for 10, 20
Yes.
years, right? They have certifications, and from their point of view, it is valid because after every 2, 3 years, they would be expecting a promotion, right? On what basis?
Yeah. And also, I would always like suggest to everyone that don't try to invest like in everything. Get one skill, okay, and master that skill, and that will help you in the long run. And you do all the certifications in that thing, and you become a master in one skill. That will be very helpful for you in the long run. So you'll be very confident first of all. If you are learning many things, like you started learning Java, you started learning Python, you started learning C Sharp, everything, but you are not good in at least one. So there is no point you learning all those things and adding that in a resume. So I added a point that try to do more live projects, not just companies projects. Do your personal for the hobby purpose. At least you try to build something on your own, okay, and try to explore and do many things on your own. Then only it will be helpful for your career.
Yeah, I think that is a good point. Yeah, if you keep doing one thing, right, and your aim should be becoming SME, subject matter expert for that particular thing, then in that case, you should be having some certifications to prove that you really know these things, what you are talking about.
Yeah. Also, like say for example, some companies, right, they require certification, and it is a mandatory. Like For example, SAP, Salesforce, they'll expect at least to do a certification at the basic level or something for the job interview. So only if you are having the certification, they will schedule an interview. In that cases, right, certification is very important because you will not even get an entry without doing the certification. So
Yeah.
identify like which is mandatory.
Yeah, but I don't think many companies would be having that as a gating criteria
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have a certificate or something.
correct, correct.
In tech field, at least it is not very
Yeah, yeah.
important to have certifications. So you have to decide based on your career path, in which path you are planning to go, whether you are doing certification outside of your technology or that is relevant to you. That you need to think. Have a choice between doing a certification and a degree, always go for a degree. I think that's all for this video. It was very casual conversation.
Yeah. So if you have any queries regarding certification or which certification we need to do, like if you are very new, then you can always reach us to the LinkedIn and you can also comment. So we will get in touch with you.
I think college students will have so much craze about doing certifications, right?
Right.
It would be very helpful for them.
Yeah.
I think that's all for this video. Like, share, subscribe,
And press the bell icon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.